Good morning, all students. Our topic is pteridophyte, and this is the fourth part of this topic, pteridophyte. Here, in life cycle of Nephrolepis, in this part, we are learn about the internal structure of sporophyte. In this slide, what is there in internal structure of sporophyte? Let us see here. First, internal structure of sporophyte. The first part, that is the stele. That stele is, let us see here in internal structure of sporophyte. The first part is the stolon. Okay, here in this stolon, that stolon is internally it is differentiated into the epidermis, cortex, endodermis, partially, and pericycle and stele. In next diagram, we are see the structure of TS of stolon, but that stolon is internally, that is differentiated into these all part: epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle and stele. In which first one is the epidermis. Epidermis, we know that it is the outermost single layer and rectangular parenchymatous cell, and the cell of the outer wall, they are the cutinized. The main function of epidermal cell is to protect the innermost part. Second one is the cortex. Cortex, it is the outer region, consists of the thick walled cell and which are completely arranged layer of the lignified cells forming the hypodermis. Okay, beneath the epidermis and actual cortical layer, there is a layer, lignified layer is there, and that is the hypodermis, and the inner region is formed by the thin wall parenchymatous cell which are loosely arranged with the sufficient intercellular space. These cells store the food material. The main function of the cortical cell is to store the food material, and the innermost layer of cortical cell, that is known as the endodermis. Outermost layer, that is the hypodermis. Innermost layer of cortex is the endodermis, and endodermis is made up of the rectangular thick wall and parenchymatous cell. Let us see here the structure of the stolon. This is the outermost epidermis. Okay, beneath the epidermis, the compactly arranged hypodermis is there. Okay, beneath the hypodermis, the loosely arranged cell are arranged here, and that is the actually the cortex. Okay, and at the end, inner part of the cortex, there is a endodermis. Okay, this is the endodermis, and beneath that endodermis, the pericycle, further the phloem and the metaxylem, xylem and phloem region, they are arranged. This xylem and phloem region, again let us see here. This is the xylem region and this is the phloem region. These are the stellar region, and outermost layer is the epidermis. Okay, and beneath that the cortex is present. In this way, this is the TS of the stolon here. Next, the stele life cycle. Here the stele, it is the innermost part as we seen. Okay, let us see here. This is the stellar part. Okay, and this stele, it is a single and protostelic, single layered protostelic in nature, and it consists of a solid column of vascular tissue without the pith. It is externally surrounded by the pericycle, made up of the 2 or 3 layer of thin walled cell, and it consists of a single vascular bundle which is conjoined, concentric and amphicribal, as a xylem is surrounded by the phloem. Okay, here xylem cell, as we see in the last diagram, xylem is surrounded by the phloem, and the xylem is star shaped. Let us see again. Let us see here the xylem, that is the star shaped structure is there. Okay, and further xylem, it is a star shape with the metaxylem in the center and the protoxylem radiating toward the periphery. Such type of the protocele with stellate or star shaped xylem is also called as the actinostele. The xylem consists of the trachea and xylem parenchyma. The phloem consists of the phloem parenchyma and sieve cell, which completely surrounded by xylem, but more prominent in between the radiating protoxylem group. In this way, this is about the stellar region of the sporophyte. Let us see next one is the rachis. Okay, we know that the rachis, and when we take the section of rachis, that rachis is divided into 2 to 3 main part here. Okay, first one is the epidermis and second one is the hypodermis. Let us see here, the outermost layer, it is the epidermis, and when internally the rachis is when we take the section of rachis, there are the different region are there. First one is the epidermis, hypodermis, endodermis, pericycle. Let us see, endodermis, pericycle. After that the vascular bundles. These are the vascular bundle, comma shaped structure, and that is the vascular bundle here. When we see the epidermis, that is the outermost layer of rectangular cell. These are the, let us see here, these are the rectangular cell with cutinized outer wall. Somewhat cutin substance is deposit here, and due to that a thick layer is arises on the outermost layer of the epidermis, so it is known as the cutinized or cutinized outer wall. Beneath the epidermis, there is a hypodermis, compactly arranged 2 to 3 layered cell, and that is the hypodermis. The ground tissue is differentiated into the outer zone of thick walled, compactly arranged without intercellular spaces, and lignified cell forming the hypodermis. It gives mechanical support and strength. The main function of hypodermis is to give the mechanical support. The inner ground tissue, they are the parenchymatous, that means they are made up of the parenchymatous cell, thin walled, loosely arranged with intercellular space, and they contain the starch grain in them. Let us see here, these are the starch grain, dotted structure, that are the starch grain and chloroplast when young, and a layer of ground tissue surrounded each vascular strand. And here each vascular strand, this circular structure, this is the vascular strand, and it is surrounded by this ground tissue. The vascular system, let us see here the vascular system. It consists of 2 to 5 layer strand embedded in the ground tissue, and they are arranged in a horseshoe shaped manner. Let us see, this structure is a horseshoe. Let us see, this is the structure of the vascular system, and this is a horseshoe shaped structure. Let us see here. Okay, horseshoe shaped structure manner, open toward the groove, and each vascular strand contain a single vascular bundle. Okay, single vascular bundle is there, surrounded by own epidermis and pericycle. Each vascular strand consists of a single layer of parenchyma, and therefore they are known as the meristeel condition. Okay, they are known as the meristeel. The vascular bundle, let us see here, this is again conjoined, concentric and amphicribal, or it may be the hydrocentric, as xylem is surrounded by the phloem. Xylem, let us see here the xylem, and that xylem, here is the protoxylem, and here these are the metaxylem. That xylem is surrounded by phloem, and xylem is exact C shape. Let us see, this is the C shaped xylem is there, or comma shape, and consists of a trachea and xylem parenchyma. Vessels are absent here. Phloem is made up of the sieve cell and phloem parenchyma, and sieve tube and the companion cells, they are mostly absent here. Okay, this is about the TS of the rachis. When we take the section of the rachis, this is the section of rachis. Next one, the TS of pinna or leaflet. Pinna, that is nothing but the leaflet, and when we take the section of this pinna, it look like this. TS of pinna leaflet or the leaflet shows the upper epidermis. Let us see here, upper epidermis, mesophyll cell, lower epidermis. Let us see here, lower epidermis, and sorus. Okay, this is the structure of sorus. Okay, and in which first one is the upper epidermis. It is consists of a single layer compactly arranged brick shaped cell with chloroplast, and outer wall is cutinized. Here let us see here, this outer wall is the cutinized and it is distinguished by the presence of hadathod on them. Okay, hadathod are also present and they are the shallow depression above the vein ending the absence of stomata. Let us see, a shallow vein like structure or opening there is present there. Further, mesophyll cell, these are the mesophyll cell and it consists of the spongy tissue containing one type of the cell, and therefore pinna is said as the isobilateral structure because all the cells they are same, so they are said to be the isobilateral. However, the upper spongy tissue they are more compactly than the lower one. Upper are more compactly than that of the lower one, and it is also shows the vein ending in the form of group of tracheids below the hadathod. Okay. Further, the sorus. What is sorus? Sorus remains attached to the lower epidermis at the vein ending, consisting of the placenta, that having the placenta. Let us see here the placenta, sporangium. These are the sporangium. Okay, and it also having the indusium. Where is the indusium? This is the protective structure and that is the indusium. This three part is known as the sorus. Here the placenta, this placenta is a cushion like structure and which is made up of the thin wall parenchyma. It provides the nourishing to the development of the sporangia, for it gives nourishment to the sporangia, and sporangia are present on either side of the placenta. This is the placenta, and on the placenta, on the both side of placenta, the sporangia are developed. Let us see, these are the sporangia, these are the sporangia, and they are present on the both side. And indusium, it is the protective layer and covering the single layer, and it is attached to the placenta by a massive short stalk of the parenchymatous cell. This is the stalk. Okay, placenta by a small stalk. It is attached to the placenta by a small stalk, and that stalk is made up of the parenchymatous cell. And this is about the structure of the TS of pinna or leaflet. Main three part: upper epidermis, mesophyll cell, and sorus are present in the structure of pinna. Okay, in this way, this is about the internal structure of the sporophyte. I hope you are understand this. Thank you very much.